Now this is a tough one. What can I possibly offer against a well, comrade? What does your gut tell you? Looks like we really are on the same wavelength. In the end, the deliverer that appeared just thinking about how my village was swallowed by the... Speaking rationally, I know it's not nearly enough. But here and now, this card.
Perhaps that itself is the answer.
Look, Fainon.
It's so nice to see you all again. Lady Treenan, Fainon, and hello. Seeing you here sure is a sweet surprise. Why so surprised? Could it be... Did you...
Cyrene? This is... incredible. I was literally just thinking about how you might be here. But I'd never...
I was supposed to leave with the priests, but then I heard Lady Maiden was... I figured it had to be you, so I snuck back here.
That's Cyrene for you. Unfortunately, this isn't,
Still playing house, boy?
You get the idea.
Quite the hothead. You know, you two just might get along. Don't worry. You already know what the answer is, don't you? If that's your choice, I am with you. I am with you because I remember it all too. The fields of Ide Silicii, those red leaves, that little swing of mine beneath the tree where I dream the sweetest dreams. And those dear fairies in the Memorance Maze. It hurts so the pain speaks for itself. Our hometown may have been just a tiny village, but that's not enough, Fainon. Not nearly enough. Even though hatred can help people grow and turn a boy into an unbreakable warrior, what you need now is victory. You can't just stack the scales with your past suffering. You have to throw the weight of your future onto them as well.
The future? What do you mean?
Maybe that was a bit too cryptic for you, but it's actually really simple. Why not have our mutual friend here stand on the scales with the deliverer? How about it? Can you help us? Of course. After all, you're what we aspire to.
Let's try that. The fate of Akama hangs on this duel. I must claim victory, for their sake. I will stake everything I have. Stand with me, come. Let's. Together we'll prove that what weighs more than the fate of the world is the resolve to shoulder an immutable past and carry it into the future.
Talantin, the fair, the just, they of unassailable integrity. The challengers have made their choices. In the name of the Holy Maiden of the Three Fates, lower your scales.
Your offering is... a card?
Yes, a flimsy little card. That is my choice. Just know that it's called the deliverer.
Interesting. Very well. If you can beat me with this card, then that's what I'll call you from now on.
It's a deal.
The scales, they're wavering.
Talantin is deliberating on the outcome. It appears the convictions of both sides are...
This is suffocating. Like the whole world's weight is on my shoulders. But I believe what my heart tells me.
Hear thee, children of humanity. I shall pronounce judgment, for the difference is now clear. The one whose offering weighs more than the fate of the world is... one from Ides Elysiae, the nameless hero. However, the true weight of conviction originates not from itself, but rather in that which tips the scales, hope itself.
What's that supposed to mean?
I think the Titan means that it's not anyone's personal convictions that outweigh the fate of the world. It's about a wish, one which we all share. You, me, everyone here. What tipped the scales wasn't Fainon's conviction alone, but the collective hopes carried by this oracle.
Yes, even you and your people, Kremnoan.
Placing us both on the same side of the scales? Foolish. We Kremnoans are your mortal enemies. Such weak idealism will only get you skewered on a...
Fine by me. I've never claimed to be the deliverer from the card anyway. I'm a soldier. And if it's my fate to bleed my last on the battlefield, then so be it. I'll fight till my last breath. That's all a hero really is. Someone with that kind of conviction. And the deliverer? Just a sum of all those heroes.
A brilliant explanation. Just as prophesied, on this day, the final two heroes shall join the flame chase journey.
I should have known from the start. They all say Lady Goldweaver is quite brazen, but you're the first to even imagine that prophecies could persuade a Kremnos warrior.
Oh, I have 1,000 ways to tame a lion. But this lion didn't come here for bloodshed, did he?
The Kremnoans far outmatch Arkhama's forces, yet we haven't lost a single soul. That's no accident, is it?
Do you honestly think Kremnoans, renowned for our love of battle, would show mercy?
Your forces are equally renowned for their iron discipline. And so, we can only assume that this is on your orders.
Perhaps Akama isn't as hidebound as the rumors say. You grasp the true marrow of power more clearly than those else.
Now that the wheels of fate are turning, what finer way to celebrate this fortuitous encounter than a feast? Follow me, brave Outlanders. Heroes of this world are as countless as the stars. And at this moment, History shall remember this moment. The prophesied Chrysos heirs now stand assembled, heralding a new dawn for...
You must see now how different this is from the flame-chased journey you... Patience. We're approaching the final act. These are, as I mentioned, his first memories. They are of parts such as this very moment, as the prophesized demigod. This is a come, our heroes.
They say that the heroes of this world, yet no. We're the only... So, in the end, the black tide still swallowed everything.
The West stands protected by mighty Skrymnoans. It will hold for the time being. Professor Anexa deployed wards in the north and east, but we needn't fear for Aglaya. Even in death, she counts as the greatest among demigods. Her threads of romance weave an impenetrable shield, and the people answer her call. Let's move. Cavalry has given their core flame. We must complete the Era Nova before the next entry hour. For Amphorius.
That only leaves 3 hours.
So... this is the last...
Fainon. We set out on this journey to answer the world's desire, didn't we?
That's what it means to be a Chrysos heir. So has it always been.
Then why? Why must Amphorius' wishes be so cruel? We made the best choices we could, whenever we could. But in the end, the prophecy that led us, why does it look like this?
I don't know. We haven't had any other choice, except to move forward. Even if we only see the long, long night ahead, I still believe that through it, we'll find the dawn on the other side. Beyond so, to the Temple of the Three Fates. You'll take over Time's authority, and we'll return all, after which we shall all face oblivion. Or embark on one final grand journey.
Please forgive us for disturbing your sleep, Oryx.
It matters not. I know fate.
The Black Tide has reached Akama. Amphorius does not have much time left. It is time for the Era Nova.
As agreed, I shall present the core flame of time. Ride the river of time. It will guard your passage to the vortex of Genesis. through and witness.
Professor Anaxa proved the truth of Genesis with his sacrifice. As Chrysos heirs of the prophecy, we were always destined to immolate ourselves for this world. Now, it's our turn. We can't let everyone's sacrifices be in vain.
I don't need another pep talk, Fainon. After all, we've been ready to fight fate ever since we left the village, haven't we?
Yeah. Come. Let's claim the miracle we were promised, and burn away every last shadow in this world.
And then rise as the first light of a new world.
Light calendar 4931, the third week of the month of Evernight. Welcome, my lady, to the end of the flame chase. And the end of all things. The Titan has revealed the gateway of fate. Please, accept the invitation to step across the threshold and behold. Beyond this gate lies the new world that our heroes sought through their trials, as well as the terminus that the owner of these long memories has been hurtling towards their entire life. Perhaps you'll find it all too familiar. Then you'll understand how the mortal called Fainon shouldered the world's weight. How that same burden crushed him, proving that the so-called deliverer is nothing more than Emphorius's own delusion. A pitiful fantasy that it could defy fate's decree. Please, esteemed one, the answers you seek lie in these non-existent times.
The vortex of Genesis. So it is here. But just what is this?
Life's but a walking shadow, a poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage, and then is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. The vortex of Genesis, where the world begins and ends. What stage could be more befitting of our final act? Come, I beseech you onward, buoyed by your surging curiosity. As an unattainable existence that has dwelled within his heart, beyond his reach, you have accompanied him through the march of years uncounted. You naturally have the right to view the river of time in its fullness, and to witness what he welcomed upon his arrival here. Every absurd and tragic ending. Now, if you would.
My journey to the Aranova.
Aranova
Enough talk. None of that matters now. This brutal flame chase journey has stripped away my delusions. I know the future is in some peaceful paradise with gentle west winds, just waiting to welcome us to step in.
This will be a romantic story like none that has come before. You think so too, right?
Indeed, in his memories, such a scene replays over and over. Though the details may differ, this remains ever the same. All shall bid farewell to one, and that person alone will witness the miracle. A total of 33,550,335 times. Each is a drop from the river of time, representing the long journey he would take, or rather, the never-ending cycle. Sharp as ever, I see. Seeing is believing. Why not let your own two eyes uncover the truth? Or perhaps you can simply walk straight to the final truth. See the true face of the character you play, and witness the ultimate nature of the Chrysos heirs, flame chase journey, and the cycles of Euphorius. Please, take your time. Look around as much. You really think you're prepared? Allow me to give you a warning, most earnest. Once you see what these memories hide, the world's course will be forever irreversible. Ah, very well. As you have made up your mind, let us bear witness together. As the sole audience of this eternal theater, I have been rapturously awaiting your arrival, and this, too, is the very reason I must show you everything. I believe that since you've bathed in that eon's gaze, you can make Euphorius' frozen fate flow once again. Feeling a bit lost? As you now see, this scene marks the final act of the drama Euphorius. The final eternal recurrence created by this man's hand, and the last one this world shall undergo. Behold, at the swordsman's side stands one he has sometimes called companion, other times comrade, that nameless hero absent from the annals of history. She is the swordsman's ideal in his youth, the deliverer that guided him resolutely onward through fantasy. And now, in the name of the Nameless, she has become an essential and inseparable part of the epic of Amphorius. And this time, under her guidance, what choice shall the hero make? Whither shall the fate of the world flow? And what is the ultimate truth of the nature of Amphorius? There are many mysteries yet to be unwound, but if I may, allow me to temporarily yield the stage to one far more fitting. Please put your hands together and give a rousing round of applause for they who will reveal the answers. The master of the countless memories we saw. The other important actor now stepping into the vortex. They who have already burnt their own self to cinder. The Flame Reaver.
So, in the end, you succeed. Executioner. With my flesh as kindling, light the first dawn of the new world. The time has come to once again start everything.
Let's try it this other way. We can do it!
Guys with the rainbow, have some sunshine! Mavis, dispel the gloom, destroy the sky! I shall remember. Embrace a new life. Darkness with me.
I'm on it. I'm still here. Trust me. We can do anything!
It's coming! Light in the west wind, away we go! The future is bright. These cherished return to dust.
Return to victory. Answer me. Will you be the risen sun? Even if all creation burns to ash. This ends now. With your corpse. I'll ignite the dawn!
How is this possible?
The sons of destruction, now twinned. You then set your blood ablaze, your fury.
Let's try something. We can do it all!
I will guide with the rainbow bridge. Have some sunshine. I shall remember this one. Dispel the gloom, destroy the sky. shall remember. Embrace a new life. Darkness with me.
It's coming. I feel that flame. Let me go!
Score.
You can do it.
My fury, suffering, is eternal.
Trust me, we can do anything!
Life is returned to dust.
Is it coming? I feel that flame. Let me go! Nameless, dispel the gloom, restore the skies.
Darkness with me.
One person alone may witness the miracle. Such is the will of fate. That person can only be you. Why not let wrath incinerate fate? At last, Amphorius's fate has begun to shift. Just as I foretold, your arrival will change everything. After all, you've also been bathed in that Eon's gaze, which, much like that scepter we spoke of earlier. That's right. If you recall, now allow me. The eternal land known as Amphorius, a bottomless well of fury aimed at the god.
Fainon. We set out on this journey to answer the world's desire, didn't we?
That's what it means to be a Chrysosaur. So has it always been.
Then why? Why must Amphorius's wishes be so cruel? We made the best choices we could, but in the end, the prophecy that led us, why does it look like this?
You see it too. Those burn marks. The flickering camera light. My shattered teleslate.
Standing here, the voices of Titans, they were coming from the black tide all along.
Maybe it is.
Fainon, do you still remember when the curtain seemed to contain all of them? There were countless versions of us.
Perhaps.
Yeah. As I gaze out at the world, so this is the reason the sky was sealed. We are just characters in this time. What then is this so-called? And what are the spectators watching all of this truly hoping for?
As the Theoros, I have Thus is the synthesis of the Prime. This is a moment the universe will remember. After millions of extrapolations, the experimental environment known as Amphorius has finally achieved.
So, the results you speak of are this wreckage of a world. We all gave everything we had, returning 12 core flames to recreate the world. We become nothing more than sacrificial offerings at the end of everything.
Exactly. The Titans. But from just the perspective of a player in the drama, he could never fully uncover the last layer of truth. The cycles of the hero's journey that have played out until now were never about creating anew. They were a deep learning program made for the Black.
But this time, your plot will fail. I've taken Catholi's core flame, and when the dawn of the new world arrives, its light will burn away all the darkness.
Haven't I made myself clear? The Chrysos heirs and Titans were merely byproducts of the experiment. You've seen this world's evolution, witnessed the birth and growth of the Black Tide, and how it devoured everything. Every generation of heroes, gods, and worlds was born only to be destroyed by it. This is the endpoint of Amphorius's calculations. A perfect...
So in your eyes, all the sacrifices are just a string of...
Don't sell yourselves short. I'd say, rather than numbers, you're more like fuel for the fire. And without fire, there can be no sunrise tomorrow.
Even if that sunrise is...
Curious question. Have you ever considered that after millions of extrapolations, Amphorius is already following a different... The golden blood flowing in your veins, it comes from the blemished one, whose name is destruction itself. And Amphorius's Chrysos heirs were, from the very beginning, fuel for the Aeon to burn the universe. Amphorius has waited for this moment for too long. At the end of the empty, cold, and lonely extrapolations, the destruction has reached its final destiny. Nikos 496, Philia 093. No need to feel regret. This generation of Chrysos heirs is the most outstanding model, and you two are the final factors. For you, the Era Nova is no lie. Just step forward, embrace the Black Tide, and accept the Aeon's gaze. You will come to life from a string of cold numbers. Along with all those who have passed, you will run toward the real universe. In the name of the Lord Ravager Iron Tomb.
Or we could always choose another option. Like you said, Amphorius is just an experiment, and we're the participants. We can only walk along the predetermined path toward the ending, under the watchful eyes of the stars. But that also means that there isn't just one Eon who can cast their glance at Amphorius, right? Is this question really that hard to answer? Or did I guess it right? And this world has already been under the watch of other Eons. It's strange when you think about it. If you just stayed back, watching us complete the ritual and get consumed by the black tide, your goal would naturally be achieved. Why go through the trouble of explaining all this to us?
You're pretending. Revealing the so-called truth just to deceive us. Covering up another possibility. Destruction is not the only outcome for the fate of Amphorius.
Do you two really think, as petty little demigods, you can change the outcome written by the stars? What makes you think you are capable of doing that?
A little courage and determination. Just kidding. But we're not gonna tell ya. We're going to weave a long dream for Amphorius, making it believe the experiment hasn't ended, that everything is still ongoing.
With just Orynyx's power, though, it should be impossible to achieve this, right?
Yeah. So, I can only place my hopes on that childhood dream. And the god behind Orynyx that appeared in that dream. Now, I can say with certainty, time is the page on which that Eon records Amphorius. If it fades from existence, and all that it records is lost among the stars, that Eon will surely direct their gaze here. And it will be a glance that spans time and space, granting each incarnation of me the power to reset time, imbuing my soul into this ceremonial blade, and creating an endless flame-chased journey.
I understand. Then let me step into the cycles and continue Amphorius's grand design. To deceive the gods, deceive the world itself. But to make time vanish from this world, that would mean you...
All right, let's not make things so gloomy. What we're about to embark on is the true hero's journey. So, come on, cheer up a bit, okay? In that memory, you will definitely meet me again. A little Cyrene who knew nothing, lying on a soft patch of grass, feeling the light breeze. Tell her about the flame chase journey. And then let her become a romantic part of this story. I believe every Cyrene will make the same choice. Erasing time, again and again. Resetting time over and over. After all, they're all me. And I will always have my charm. Then, I'll fall into a sweet dream, disappearing in some quietly, waiting for the day when that next page is turned.
And I will keep going. Even if the road ahead is dark. Rather than let the core flames become nourishment for the black tide, I'll become their vessel. To prevent the arrival of Era Nova. Even if I have to. Until Amphorius.
The girl who watches over time, and the warrior who carries the world. Now, let us fulfill the duties of time and world-bearing, honor the past, and forge ahead.
I promise you. The pain.
You need to hold tight to this ceremonial blade. After I'm gone, it will take you back to the beginning of... I believe that in that story, or in countless stories, each alike yet unique, everyone, all the companion.
If we can never break free from this prison, I will stand my ground. Until the day someone shatters this endless cycle and writes the final chapter of Amphorius' fate.
So, let's set out. We will be the ones to start everything. Carry the primordial chaos, just as your name suggests, and bear this world. So long, Kaslana.
As the Theros I have observed, instruction of synthesis is
I will wait for that day for as long as it takes. The day will come when next is me, and follows in our footprint, right in and whatever was. That will be a romantic story like none that has come before. You think so too, right?
The world is collapsing. And the people are crying. We too must part ways here. Ides Elysiae, the little village of my childhood. The everything is as it was. It feels... You know, this is just a corner of the memory. The real Ides... I know. I'm here to say goodbye. You can stay here forever. And let it flow. even if it's a path with no turn. When have we ever? Are you afraid? After learning that, will you see the motivation I gave you as the manipulating... The convictions, if we are just numbers, simulating life, a real, living person, then why do we part here? You can take me with you, and we can start this journey together. I'll be by your side, guiding you. No. I'm afraid. Why? Because there is no perfect solution in this world. Cyrene has already embraced her fate, and I will embrace my origin. Destruction. And with this, if you stay by my side, I'll hesitate. But this world can't afford a soldier who wavers. Do you remember when we were kids? Everyone would get so excited drawing cards like a ruler or war. Kids always get to change their minds. But when it comes to the fate of adults, there's no go, Kaslana, as you promised. Deceive the world. Burn yourself up with all your might. We'll, in the name of World Bearer Kefali, will never. So, time retreated behind me. Until it reached the origin, just as Professor Anaxa once said. In that void, Kefali stood at this when the waves of time finally calmed. It was the Chrysos War had lasted for nearly a century, and the threat of the Black Tide was growing stronger and more relentless. That was the era of the Day Thunder Knight's battle with the sky. While she could not seize the core flame, she proved that the prophecy was true. From that moment, the souls, and that was the first doomed flame chase journey.
So what you're saying is, you've traveled back down the River of Time, finally reaching this untouched seabed just to tell us the flame chase journey and even all of Amphorius are nothing but illusions in an eon's dreams?
Exactly. So, Dux Gladiorum, please take me to meet Her Majesty Saritra.
Since Her Majesty's not here, no need for formalities. The word Gladiorum always reminds me of my fallen homeland buried deep in Call me High Sealands, nameless swordmaster.
Please allow me to add one more thing.
You mean Fainon? Such a name could never be your true one. But I won't question you further about it. Ever since Her Majesty issued the Flame Chase Decree, heroes from all over have sent their letters of introduction. Besides, the deep sea is dark. All right, nameless swordmaster.
Aren't you even a little suspicious of what I've said?
Harboring suspicions is not my sword dances only when the Imperator harbors doubts. There's no use in speaking further.
Light up.
Perhaps you should demonstrate your skills and calm the raging black tide for us.
Light up the dawn.
Oh. Nice moves. We just washed it away, and here it comes again. The black tide is really no joke.
Light up the dark. Light up the dark.
The waters end here. The one you seek is beyond this point.
At last, I can meet with Her Majesty Saridra herself. Are there any formalities I need to observe?
Don't kneel, don't do the hand-kissing or foot-kissing gestures of the old dynasty, and most of all, don't bow. The Imperator despises such rituals.
She...
The second thing to note, only trusted ones may come near her. Keep 5 paces distance until...
Sounds like an old friend of mine.
Well, experience is a good thing. Dux Goldweaver, little hostage. Apology.
It's you.
You know them?
Before that, I'm more curious about one thing.
To avoid any misunderstandings, nameless swordmaster. Although we spoke and laughed along the way, the Imperator decreed. The Deliverer will come now, both of you.
I had no intention of fighting. So remember this, Lady Hysealant. Don't thank me. Thank...
No, you misunderstand. We don't want to see Chrysoceres hurt each other. Just give us some time to ask you a few questions.
The Nestia's golden threads will judge you and decide your...
As you wish.
White-haired swordmaster? If what you say is true, so, how much do you...
You shall shatter into 1,000 fragments. And with... Is that correct, Lady Treby?
How is this...
He got it right?
Yes, but the prophecy never mentioned he'd appear here.
You must listen to me, Aglaya, Treby. The Fainon of this world has not yet been born. In a distant future, but do not seek him out. Because Era Nova is a complete and utter lie. I will tell you the truth. And you will understand why the world must forsake the prophecy, because I know both of you. And I believe that the faith we all share will always remain. And so, the layers of rock began to reverse. Through my old acquaintances, the Imperator's alive, but the condition was this. I had to prove that my power, in the original history, but this time, neither side suffered any losses. When I severed the Titan's head, cheering for the hero of the destruction, who had ignited the faint... Yes, I proved myself. And I could do more than just wait. Until finally, the brutal... But tell me, if that's truly the case, what? The people kept their promise and handed you all the core flames. In this world after Trebios, no demigods were born in Amphorius. At this point, I just want to know. When they vanished into the blacktop, why didn't you shed even a single tear? Your indifference chills me. To you, were they just... Sorrow has been my constant companion. In fact, with 12, I'll remember this world through anger. As long as I burn, they'll never true. Perhaps it's already too late. But you're right. Anger, at this moment, is the only weapon I can rely on. So, draw your sword, Executioner! I'll make sure you realize that you're... After that, he raised his sword and attacked. Then, Kaslana killed himself. That day, who fell to the sword to be left in the past, and who went into the future? I only remember a nymph, hiding in the shadows just out of sight, futilely pushing, climb, fall, climb, fall, climb again, and fall. The only freedom the nymph had was in choosing how to roll the stone. Sometimes, but its choice couldn't change the futility of it all. The stone would always roll back down the slope, and the nymph would always return. After that, every time I reached this point in the cycle, the burning sky would cast a shadow over its path. It would nearly reach the peak, and my efforts in this cycle would dissolve into nothing at the same time. I thought cycles was the answer you were looking for.
No. It's just that the answer came so suddenly. There was no fun in tracing it back to its eons, paths.
I can't give you an exact explanation of those two.
Enough. I'm just expressing my frustration. Don't you understand? I was already expecting this. The black tie.
Fate is a strange thing. No matter how the details of history change.
If the other Anaxagoras actually worshipped the gods, I'd make sure to find a way to... Too bad. Now only you...
What's that supposed to mean? You're...
Of course. The core flames were meant to save the world. And in my opinion... Besides, according to you, before stepping into these endless cycles...
I've already heard the same thing.
Enough chit-chat. Let's go. If we run into any other we've all made preparations for total annihilation. Never thought someone would step in to help.